If your teenager has stepped out of line again and you have tried everything you know how and you are at your wits' end trying to figure out how to make this change, then let's talk about boundaries. Boundaries come from a position of respect first for myself. I own my worth and how I deserve to be treated. Not because I'm better than my teenager. As a human, we are both equal. We are not equal in authority. Boundaries come from a position of compassion. I know that my teenager is learning new skills and isn't going to get it perfect the first time. In fact, your teenager is probably about as perfect as you are. The first time you tried losing weight, did you eat healthy 100% of the time and never sneak a piece of chocolate or a treat or anything? Your teenager is no different. Boundaries are about helping your teenager create new healthy habits, even though they might not always agree. Boundaries appeal to emotions at a relational level rather than trying to control behavior at a transactional level. They are not a knee-jerk reaction to something your teenager did where you come back from anger, revenge, retaliation, or a need to control. You might still be really angry and pissed off, and that's okay, but reacting from that place isn't constructive. Boundaries need to be clearly stated. What's the end result that you want? How do you want to feel? And why is it important to you? So let me use the example of putting the dishes away. I want my teenager to put their breakfast dishes in the dishwasher before they leave for school. Why is it important to me? I deserve respect and I am not their maid or their servant. I feel respected when I walk in the kitchen and there isn't dirty dishes all over the place. Why is it important to me? Because I believe it's my job as a parent to raise a contributing, independent adult and doesn't need to constantly be reminded to clean up after themselves. When you ask yourself these three questions and you come up with, well, just because, or well, that's the way we did it when I was younger, it's not going to fly. Those aren't an emotional basis and you will end up reverting back to control, trying to create a familiar environment out of fear. Stating your boundary to your teenager comes across clearly, respectfully, and with compassion. I would like you to put your dishes in the dishwasher before you leave for school. You're old enough and capable to do that on your own, even though I might have done it for you in the past. I feel respected when I walk into the kitchen and there aren't dirty dishes everywhere. I feel resentful when I feel like I'm your maid or your servant, and I don't want that in my relationship with you. I know you might not want to do it. I love you, and I know that you can't. If there's a way I can support you to build this habit, just let me know. We often use alarms on phones as a trigger to create those new habits. Boundaries are a clear communication about what works for you in a relationship and what doesn't, because you respect yourself and the other person, but more importantly, because you want to have a healthy relationship. So boundaries are a tool for connection, not disconnection. The biggest question I get is, but what do I do if they don't do it? Focusing more on what to do when they get it wrong tells me that you need to focus more on your delivery of how they get it right first. Stay tuned for consequences.